Welcome to the Dose of Precious podcast.
Real talk, good vibes, and gems authentic. Welcome to A Dose of Precious. I didn't scream this time. Even though I'm still really excited. Just a quick check in. What or how was this week? This week was good. Again, no complaints. It's getting hotter. The weather has been pissing me off. One day it's cold, one day it's hot. And the reason why it's been pissing me off is because I don't know what temperature to put my house at. And if you know anything, when you mess with the thermostat, your electric bill goes high. And so right now, it's a little warm, but I refuse to turn it down because it may be cold tomorrow. And so if I turn the air on today, and then I try to turn the heat on tomorrow, my bill is going to skyrocket. So I am just going to be a little warm. I'm going to drink my water. I have my Stanley here. I broke down. I bought a Stanley. This was on sale. It's a limited edition. I guess the girls wasn't buying it. I think that this is the cutest Stanley I've seen. I may be biased because it's mine, but it's super cute. And so I'm just going to be drinking my water to keep cool. And when I get done, I try to get a little cute for you guys. But I'm going to put on some nice, thin, super thin, light clothes. And that should help too. But I don't have any complaints.
Viral talk.
So the first topic that I want to talk about is the viral clip from Marvin Sapp. So if you guys didn't see it, we're going to watch it together.
And they understand the cost that is involved. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. We all gonna leave together. Y'all ain't going no place but to the restaurant. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, it's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. I'm challenging each of you all down here to give a $20 seed. I just think $20 is a lot of money. Now, everyone up here, we've all sowed and seeded, but I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here.
Now, I was shocked watching this clip. I can't believe the audacity of some of these preachers, some of these pastors, some of these people of God. Because let's be so for real. We know that even if you feel like there's not a recession coming, even if you feel like, your money is still good, you're in a good place, financially, there has been a big shift, being that inflation is going up so high. So a lot of things have been increasing and a lot of people are struggling financially. The average American has been struggling financially. You can go look up the statistics right now. More people are in credit card debt. More people are having to choose between paying bills and buying food. It is a fact. Not everybody's saying it. Majority of Americans are saying it. People are struggling. And for you to assume that these people are going to get some food, and they very well may be going to the restaurant to get some food, but it is not for you to determine what they decide to do with their $20. And when he said, close the doors, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Holding them hostage? What are you doing? And they wonder why there's so many young black Americans that are straying away from the church. I am someone who grew up in church. What do I mean when I say I grew up in church? When I say I grew up in church, this is what I mean. I have been going to church since I was a young kid. My mom had me in church. I would go to church every Sunday. I would do Bible study most Sundays. I would do Bible study during the week, depending on, what little, because sometimes they would do like the children's Bible study and stuff like that. I was on the choir team, the youth choir. I was on the praise dance team. I was on the church step team. I did all of the things. I was always in church. Okay. And my personal experience is I feel as if a lot of the people, specifically in my church, this again is my experience, they were hypocrites. They were very mean. They were like that nice, nasty. They were not welcoming. It was not a super safe space. It was a lot of gossiping. It was just a lot of, in my opinion, negativity. Now, was it the most toxic place I've ever been to? No. I'm sure I didn't have the most toxic church experience. I can't say that, but I just feel like it wasn't as welcoming as it could have been. That's just my opinion. And I find that when I interact with church people, even up until this day, they come from a very hypocritical place where they try to put themselves on this weird ass pedestal as if they're so much closer to God, therefore they're a better person, and they try to look down on you. Again, this is my experience. This is how I feel. Now, I am just giving my reasons as to why I have strayed away from the church. I think another thing is just looking back on how the specifically Christianity, religion was weaponized against Black Americans when it was first introduced to us as slaves. That also, getting older and learning more about that has also made me stray away from the Black church. Aside from the financial abuse, we hear all the time, or excuse me, I hear all the time stories about people giving their last to the church, about people, I've even heard stories of people going into debt in order to give money to the church. And so, I mean, who wants to be involved with something like that? And when you have these clips, especially in 2025, because everything essentially is technology, and they were literally live streaming this, right? And so this footage is out there for the world to see. You're putting out into the world that in order for you to be a good Christian, in order for you to be close to God, in order for you to get into the gates of heaven, essentially, you need to give this money. What if somebody doesn't have the money to give? I don't want to super get into religion. What I will say is Marvin Sapp was dead wrong. That's unacceptable. That's not okay. And I'm still waiting for him to, and it's not my church home, so it's none of my business. It's not my church home, so it's none of my business. I want to know where the money is going. Where's the money going? You need 40,000. Where's the money going? Because let's be for real, the church is a business, and so you need money to run a business. I get that, but I would assume honestly and truly that the church doesn't need to make a profit. You may need to pay people on payroll because there are people that are on payroll. Well, I mean, I don't know. Are they volunteering their time? I know that there's people that get paid in churches depending on, the church and the setup and stuff like that. So if there's people on payroll, you definitely need to pay them, and you definitely need to maintain the church, that like the physical church building upkeep, and pay the bills for the church and such. But where is the 40,000 going? Did anybody question that? And I don't know how nobody crashed out. I just thought that was so crazy. And then he had the nerve to be like, it costs to be on the pulpit. Pastors and preachers, y'all put y'all money away, but everybody else needs to give $100 for the people that's on the pulpit. And then he said it to the people online. If I was online and I was live streaming, I would have respectfully clicked out of that. And if I got an email or something, or somebody want to come talk to me about something, what's up? Because what? I thought that was so, and then the way he did it just felt like, oh, you gonna give me this money. It's not even like, guys, we need 40,000, we need blah, blah, blah for this, for that, for this, for that. He was just like, listen, it's this amount of people here, it's this amount of people online, it's this amount of people on stage. If everybody give this amount, I know we could get to this amount. Give me your money. If you have a good church home that's not extorting you for money, Because that's what I said. I said, what is he trying to do? Extort the people? If you have a good church home that's not extorting you and holding you for hostage for your money, and you feel like you guys are a family in a community, and there's a bunch of loving people that can come together and you guys can, help each other in whatever way, whether that's just like, again, having community and having friendship or whatever, then good for you. But if any of these types of things are happening in your church, girl, leave. 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 This is not in your best interest. And God, if God loves all his children, then you don't need to give money to be close to God. If God loves everybody, then he's going to love you as you are. Should you strive to be the best version of yourself? Absolutely. But if God loves everybody, then there's no reason why you need to give your last. You don't know who you're talking about. It could be somebody in that audience that really feels like, okay, he's saying he needs this money, so let me give him this money. And this is the last $20 they have to last them to their next paycheck. If they give away this $20, then they won't have no money to eat for the next week. Crazy stuff like that. And if you are so deep into it, you may feel like I have to give this money. Because the minute he said it, there was a guy behind him that instantly reached into his wallet and pulled out his money. Now, he may be financially stable, and this $20, $100 may be nothing to him, but that's not everybody's financial situation. That is unacceptable. It's not okay. And if I was in that audience, which thank God I was not, but if I was, I would not be going back to that church home. That would no longer be my church home. Okay, next topic. Now, I want to talk about the clip that went viral with Young Miami on Club Shay Shay. Now, we know that Young Miami says some outlandish things. She said some things on her podcast that she later came out and said was not true. Do I believe it's true or if it's not? I don't know. But I think that she was being completely honest with this. And I'll tell you why. Here's the clip. Before we get started, here's the clip.
To say this, but I feel like men cheat. Like all men cheat, but you have to get to that point where you grown enough to just feel like, okay, I'm not in that era no more, so I'm not leaving my man for cheating once. Maybe I'm probably gonna give like 4 times.
4? Damn.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna have to get your number.
So the reason why I believe that she was being so for real when she said this is because I've noticed that the men that are in the music industry specifically, they seem to think that they are, and this is again me generalizing. Of course, there's always going to be some exceptions to the rule, but it seems like they think that they are God's gift to earth. Like, it seems like they feel as though you should be grateful that they would ever even choose you to be there with them. And the reason why I say that that's the approach that they're taking is because they feel as if they're obligated to do whatever they want and you're going to forgive them just because they're them. And I don't know when this shift happened. I don't know if this was always a thing and we like to just glamorize the 90s love or whatever the case may be, which I'm sure that's what it is that we were just glamorizing, but it's ridiculous. The question is, do you believe that all men cheat? In my heart of hearts, I want to say no. I want to say that there are good men out there that are able to be in a relationship with one woman, and if they feel as if the relationship is no longer working, that they'll be like, babe, this is not working. Either we can try to do try therapy. If therapy doesn't work, then, this, we just can't. This is not it. Shift, maybe, make some adjustments. Maybe y'all need to do some type of hall passes if it's really that deep. I mean, I don't know. Maybe y'all need to do threesomes. I don't know. I don't know what the solution is, but I want to think that there is men out there that can use their communication skills to effectively try to work out any issues that you have in a relationship. In reality, society, and this is me just being honest. In reality, society has conditioned men to think that it's okay for them to act on their sexual urges despite them being in a committed relationship. And the reason why I phrased it that way is because men, just like women, because we're all human, and we have hormones, and we both have sexual organs. We have sexual urges as well. Women have sexual urges as well. On top of women having sexual urges, they have vaginas. And you having a vagina automatically means that you could go out right now and get you some if you wanted to. Okay? And there was this video with this girl, and she was like, I hate when y'all say you can't keep a man. You can't keep a man when a man is the easiest thing to get. And she ate that the fuck up. She ate it up. She ate it up. She ate it up. You want to know why? Because if you have a vagina, you don't even have to have a vagina. That's not even a qualification. Men are so easy. You can go and get you one right now. That's not hard. The hard part is finding a good man. Okay? You don't have to be cute. You don't have to have money. You don't have to have a home. You don't have to have a car. You don't have to have a job. Okay? You don't have to have a wig. You don't have to have hair. You don't have to have eyebrows. You don't have to have fingernails. Bitch, you don't gotta have legs. As long as you got a vagina, and you really don't need that because the boys love the boys too, you can go out and get a man there easy. Okay? And we can still be like, no, I have a man. No, thank you. No, I'm okay. A man with more money could come, and he'd be like, no, I have a man. A guy that's cuter can come, and he'd be like, no, it's okay, I have a man. A man with a bigger dick could come, and you'd be like, no, it's okay, I have a man. But men will fuck the crackhead. But the men will fuck a literal crackhead. He sells drugs. He sells crack. The girl comes to him and says, I want the crack, but I have no money. He will give the girl the crack for pussy. Lord Jesus, why would you do that? Why? And so, back to my original thought. I really want to believe that there's good men out there and that they don't cheat. But the reality is a lot of men don't have self-control, and they damn sure don't have sexual control of their sexual urges. And so what I learned the hard way is because for a long time, or I think women in general are conditioned to like really romanticize relationships and really try to see the good in a man and really be like, oh, he just da 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 da, he just da da da, right? But what I realized is you have to be willing to put up with some bullshit in order to be in a long-term relationship. All relationships, friendships, familial relationships, romantic relationships, all relationships are going to go through its challenges. So don't get me wrong. Some challenges are, in my opinion, bigger hurdles than others. But you're going to have to go through challenges nonetheless. And so I understand. The only thing I can say is if he gets to cheat 4 times, I hope you got yours. That's what I'll say. We're going to end it there. I hope you got yours. And apparently the girls from Miami, they get down, they don't play, and they cheat back. And not only are they going to cheat back, but they cheat with your daddy. Don't fight me. That's what the girl said. That's what the girl said. The girls from Miami gets down. They don't play. Moving on. The next topic that I'm going to talk about is we're going to circle back to Megan Good and Jonathon Majors. Now, I made it very clear that I do not agree with this relationship. Of course, Megan is a grown-ass woman. Megan is older than me. Siri, how old is Megan Good? Okay, bitch, you're about to get fired. Oh, never mind, girl. Great job. Megan Good is 43. So she's a grown-ass woman. But I just hate this relationship for her. Then she went and got married. And I'm just like, Megan, what are you doing, girl? Jonathon recently had an interview where he came out and said that Megan has lost endorsements, that she's been uninvited to events, and this is all because she is associated with him. What I will say, and this is something that I can appreciate, is Jonathon said that in the beginning of the meeting, he did not feel worthy and that he decided to do some internal work in order to make himself worthy of being in a relationship with her. I like that. Now, do I think that him being the woman beater that he is, do I think that, he's made this 100% 180 change? I mean, I don't know. You tell me. I will say that it's nice that he took the initiative to try to do some internal work in order to make himself a better person so that he can essentially be a better partner for her. I think that's admirable. Still don't like the relationship. Still think he's weird. And I still don't think that they should be together. But who the fuck am I to tell this grown-ass woman who the fuck she should be with, right? We'll see how long this lasts. I still have hope that this is a PR relationship. And nobody has seen the marriage certificate. Now, they are celebrities, so I'm sure that there's ways that it would not be available to the public. But I would love to see a marriage certificate to see if it's real so that I can, officially give up all hope for Megan. And I just wanted to really super duper really quickly just speak about, this is a little old now, but the tweets that Kanye went and posted about Beyonce and Jay-Z's kids. Now, he was talking specifically about the twins, and he called them the hard R word. Here's the tweet. I just don't know what is wrong with this man. He needs help. For you to go online and say that about somebody's children is crazy. Whether it's true or it's not true, either way, it's unacceptable. Apparently, they said that there was a statement released, or somebody said it's a rumor or whatever, that Jay-Z and Beyonce are trying to decide how they want to move forward. I feel like the reason that Kanye even said this is because he wants Jay-Z's attention so freaking bad. He wants his attention so bad. He wants him to be his friend. He felt like they should be super close. He wanted to be like Jay-Z, Beyonce, Kim and Kanye. That's what it's given. He wanted that type of vibe, and it just was not that. It was not that because he's emotionally unstable. Now, is Jay-Z a monster behind closed doors? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. What I will say is we don't know either because he acts like he has some decorum out in public, as you should. And that's just not the way to go about it. I know they say attention is attention, whether it's negative attention, whether it's positive attention, but he's going to get himself in a big situation. This is not the first time he's going on a Twitter rant. By the time he posted this rant or post or whatever, he had been talking shit the whole week. It's just, he's going to get what he's got coming to him, and it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be cute, and I'm just interested to see how this is going to play out, because if somebody went online and was talking shit about my kids, I'd have a big problem too. And even though, I'm sure he has the money to fight it out in court if they were to sue him, I don't even think they're going to go that route. I think if they do decide to get back at him, it's going to be nasty. It's going to be really nasty. Now we can move on to show recap.
Show recap.
So I thought that the third episode or the fourth episode, whichever episode we're on, of Real Housewives was whack. So we're not going to talk about that today. We are going to talk about Married at First Sight. Now, Married at First Sight, I finally, I know I'm super late. They already had the reunion. I finally watched the reunion episodes today. And this season was so good, Chef's Kiss. It was so good that it made me think, did this authentically happen, or they just really wanted some drama to get the views up? Now, I am a faithful Married at First Sight watcher, but it's just interesting to see like such a good mix of people and the backgrounds, and when they go to the different cities. I love it. I eat the episodes up. I eat the seasons up. I love it. And this one specifically was crazy. So we can speak about the black couple because Icheki really, really pissed me off. Okay, so we have M and we have Icheki. Now, my first impression on Icheki was like, and I don't even know if I'm saying his name right, but y'all know what I'm trying to say, was that he was just fake. Like, the way he was all over her in the beginning, it just felt a little forced. I felt like M was honest, and this is not to be mean, but I'm gonna give my honest opinion, and I want to preface again, I'm not trying to be mean. I enjoyed her. I understood why she got to the place that she got to prior to her getting engaged. Again, we'll get into that. But I thought that she was desperate. It gave me that kind of like what he said. Oh, she just wants somebody in that spot. She gives me the type of person that like has a checklist and has these specific timelines for her life and stuff like that. And she just wants to check things off. And that's not to say that she isn't passionate about finding the right person so that she can be in a committed relationship. But it's just to say that she would have put up with anything just to say that she has somebody. That's the vibe that I got from her. Other than that, I thought she was amazing. I thought she was beautiful. She's successful. She was a bit strong. She I don't even think she was strong. I take that back. She was not strong. And now I'm feeding off of what he said. I thought she was soft. I thought she was funny. I thought she was caring. I feel like I got to see all sides of her. I think she just needed that right person to be with her. Acheki, I think that he definitely may have felt like, well, I could get a relationship out of this, but I think he just wanted to be on a show. The fact that he applied to the show twice was definitely a red flag. I feel like this is the type of show where I get that they may have applied or whatever, and they do have to go through an interview process, but this is the type of show that I don't know if you try. I think it's like you try once, it works out, or it doesn't, and that's it. It was odd to me that he did it twice, and he did it in two different cities. It just gave very much so, I don't know, it gave a little thirsty to me. And just the way he showed his ass and was so inconsiderate to M's feelings the entire season. He was just so selfish. He did not give a fuck. And I just am in awe at how M took it. I know she got upset and she read her little, her poem or whatever, and she was able to express herself, and it did come off as a bit, well, she was frustrated, and I think rightfully so. But I think she handled it so gracefully, honestly. Even doing a poem to me was gracefully, because at some point, I mean, I don't know how I would respond being on television, but the cursing, I would have cursed him out 1,000,001 times, because he was just showing his nasty ass the entire time. I think that much like a lot of other men that come onto the show, you come on with the idea of, oh, the experts are going to match me with someone that's going to be a good fit for me. And I get that, but they forget that physical attraction is so important. I think a lot of men can't see past physical attraction. And so if they are not physically attracted to you, then that's just it. There's nothing else to discuss. I think in the beginning, he was probably like, oh, I don't want to seem like, this type of guy, blah, 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 whatever the case may be. Let me try. And then he was probably just like, yeah, no, I'm not feeling it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that. Oh, this is not for me. But the way that he just skated around that, he could not say, at the end, he ended up saying, I just wasn't sexually attracted to you. He could have just said that in the beginning instead of gaslighting her and saying, oh, well, it's your fault because you did this, or, you made me feel like this way, or you made me feel uncomfortable. I thought that his allegations, and I never want to take away a victim's experience, but him saying that she was basically sexually aggressive towards him, when she explained it several times, and he never was like, no, that's not what happened. It makes it just seem like you was just saying that to say anything when you could have, to say that about anybody is insane, but to say that about specifically a black woman is just crazy to me, especially that you're a black man. And to say that and then tying, she's aggressive and she's this and she's that towards a black woman, to me is just like, you're a monster. Because you know what it is. And the crazy thing is he works with kids. And this is what I mean when I say that your age does not equate to maturity. Because the entire show, he acted like a child. In the beginning, he was okay. And then, again, it gave fake to me, even watching it for the first time. But after a while, it was just like, you're just acting like a child that's having a temper tantrum. And it's too much. Now, to wrap them up, for her to end up getting engaged to someone, although she knew him from her childhood, I just felt like that also gave fake to me, because how are y'all getting engaged and y'all only been dating for, by that time, it may have been maybe a month, maybe 2 months at the most, y'all are getting engaged. And then she asked the experts to marry them. It was just, everything was moving way too fast, and it just kind of felt like what Ikechi said, of her just wanting somebody in there. And honestly, I felt that way too. She just wanted somebody in there, and so anybody could have came and filled that void for her. I wish them the best of luck, but I think Ikechi needs therapy, and he needs to work through some things, because his energy was just not good to me at all. And then we have David and Michelle. Now, I liked David in the beginning. I felt like David was trying. I felt like he was trying to put his best foot forward. You could tell that she wanted him to make some changes, and he was like super open to that. And I just felt like Michelle came off as very closed off and just very guarded, very mean, very judgmental. And it gave, you're going to be alone forever with your cats. Nobody's going to. That's what it gave, because she was just so mean, and I would have liked to see her just try more. Now, I get that her woman's intuition was absolutely right in the long run, but in the beginning, before allegedly everything transpired, it just honestly felt like she did not put any effort in trying to make the relationship work. She did not put any effort into moving forward. Granted, she did not try to divorce him, and she didn't try to leave him, but it just didn't feel like she was putting in any honest effort. And I feel like that's a theme amongst the whole cast. Akeche, he didn't put in no effort. Michelle didn't put no effort. Madison didn't put no effort. And Juan is gay. So. But yeah, back to David and Michelle. And I get how, because of the way Michelle was responding to everything, I completely understand how David could have felt in that moment, feeling that constant rejection. I completely understand how he got to that point. Does that mean that he should then go and like cheat on his wife and have another relationship with someone who is her friend. Absolutely not. That doesn't justify that at all. But I do understand how he would start to feel a little beat down because she wasn't giving him any type of validation. I think in true human experience, that happens to everybody. If I'm constantly trying to pursue someone and we allegedly have the same goal of trying to be in this relationship and they're constantly shooting me down, I mean, at some point, one, you're going to kind of give up, and two, you're going to look for that validation elsewhere. There's a way to go about things, and I just felt like Michelle was just being a mean bitch. Now, David lied. He gave fake ass apologies. I don't think he honestly cared at all. And, you know, overall, he's a horrible person. And so, moving on. I didn't like him. I hated his little bun with it hanging on the side like this. I'm 6. What are you doing? But, you know, when he got happy in his new relationship, he changed up his hairstyle. And I was like, okay, he's kind of cute. I thought he had the potential to be cute, but that little bun hanging over the side like this, I was like, oh, baby, grow up. Moving on to the evil Madison and Alan. Now, Madison, in the entire time, you could tell she was not feeling Alan, and you could tell she did not even try. And the way everything played out with her and David, the way she was just unapologetically like, I took your nigga in. She was on some gangster shit. Now in the beginning, she was acting like she was so scared and all of this type of other stuff. But once it was confirmed, oh, we were together, blah blah blah. She said, okay, and I took your nigga in. Why are you mad? Why are you mad that I was fucking your husband? What are you upset for? The craziest thing ever. I'm like, yo, is she dumb? Is there anything up there? Like, what do you keep asking? Why are you mad for? It doesn't matter if I hate this man's guts. If we are in a relationship together, meaning a marriage, they were married. You are texting my husband, trying to build a relationship with my husband. That's wrong, period. Why are you sitting here keep asking me, why are you mad? Why are you mad? Why are you mad? Shout out to Michelle, because she handled that hella good. And so I say that to say that I would have jumped 12 feet to smack the fuck out of that bitch. Stop asking me why I'm mad that you're texting my husband. Or stop asking me why. Stop telling me that you're upset with me because I confronted you about texting my husband. You're mad at me because I confronted you about texting my husband? Bitch, are you dumb? Michelle handled that amazing, because it would have took at least 3 big niggas to hold me back, because what? I'm lying. I don't want to fight, but I really would have been upset though. That's true. I would have been upset. And she was just like a mess. She did not try at all with Alan, like not even a little bit. I think the trying that they do, the little bit of trying that certain people do, the little bit of trying that Ikechi did, the little bit of trying that Michelle did, the little bit of trying that Madison did, I think it's all produced by the producers with them setting up dates that they feel can spark some type of something in order for them to get a scene for the show. That's what it always gives, because they just not all of them gave these people their ass to kiss, and it was disgusting. Poor Alan. I felt so bad for Alan. It was something about Alan the entire time. I was like, Alan is kind of cute. Like, Alan is kind of cute. He is balding on top of his head. It looked like his hair thinning, but I was like, Alan is kind of cute. Alan is kind of cute. And lo and behold, Alan likes the black girls. Alan. I'm joking. He has little lips, but I do think that he's cute. And Alan was just trying. He was putting it out there. He was just trying his hardest. And that girl she was not having she was not having it. She was like, boy, if you don't get away from me, stop playing. That was just horrible. Horrible. And then we have Camille and Thomas. They were my favorite couple. I won't lie to you. A common theme that you will notice as I speak about men is, my gaydar is on point, clock it. And Thomas does give me a little bit of fruity vibes. He's just, I don't know, maybe I just can't get his judge. Maybe I just don't get his judge. Maybe I can't feel his vibe, but it's something that's giving a little bit like he's one of the rules to me. But these two are my favorite couple. I like that we got to learn a little bit about their family. I like that, they were able to connect on certain things when it comes to their familial background. I like that we can see the growth and them trying to, move forward together. And I'm so happy that they were able to work it out. These were the only two that I had hope for. I loved watching their story. I love watching them progress. And I can't wait to watch the follow-up episode to see where they are now, because I did not watch that yet. And then we have Juan and Carla. Again, Juan definitely gives me that he's one of the girls, especially when he went on our reunion. And I'm going to pull up that picture because he is super dead wrong for this. And he went on and he had a cardboard bow tie. The man came on the reunion on national television with a cardboard bow tie. What the fuck made him do that? What made him do that? Child, I looked at that thing. I looked at it and I said, "Is that am I looking out? Are my eyes deceiving me?" And he was so serious too. And it's crazy because Juan is cute. Juan is cute. But why would you come on here with a bow tie? And the rest of the outfit looked nice. He honestly didn't even need the bow tie. Clock it. He didn't need the bow tie. Now, I am not like a super suit person, so I don't think it's mandatory. He could have did a little cute number where you open it up. He could have did a little cute number where you don't even need one at all. You didn't need a tie. You didn't need a bow tie, anything. But you decided to take it upon yourself to come on the television with a cardboard bow tie. Anyway, I don't really have much complaints about either one of them. I just think that Juan is one of the girls, and I think he didn't like her, therefore he didn't really try. He didn't take it serious. I think he came on, I don't know why the fuck he came on the show, but he came on the show, he didn't take it serious the entire time. I felt bad for Carla, because I feel like Carla was really trying to look for her person. I felt like Carla was gorgeous. I think she had good energy. I think she was honest and truthful with everything. And yeah, I don't know what I think Juan should go and find his man, run off into the sunset, and be happy. Don't let society tell you that you shouldn't find you a man if that's what you want. Go find you a man. Be who you are. Be who you are. Anyway, the season, I don't know if it was produced. They did their big one. I thought the show was a strong 9.5 out of 10. The reason why I'm not going to say a 10 out of 10 is because I just don't want to give it to them. But it was a really good season. And now moving on to comment confessions.
Comment confessions.
All right, y'all. I wasn't going to say anything, but this has been eating me up and I need to confess. So I was dating this guy, Brandon, for almost a year. Real charming, real sweet, and one of those guys who calls you my queen. But somehow never has his wallet when the bill comes. Red flag? Maybe. But I was in love, so I ignored it. That's always a red flag, and you should never ignore something like that, FYI, but whatever. Anyway, one day Brandon tells me he's got this amazing job opportunity out of town. He says he'll be gone for a few weeks, but promises to call every day. Cool, right? Supportive girlfriend mode activated. But then things start getting weird. Calls get shorter and less frequent. His Instagram goes silent, which is insane because this man posted motivational quotes like he was legally required to. Then I see his best friend post a video. And guess who's in the background? Brandon. Not at a work conference, not grinding for success. This man is at a backyard barbecue holding a baby. A baby. My boyfriend holding a baby I've never seen before. I didn't hesitate to call him right then and there. He picks up sounding shocked, like I had caught him robbing a bank. I go, whose baby is that? And this man, this Oscar-worthy liar goes, huh? What baby? Sir, the baby in your arms. Then, when it all comes out, turns out Brandon didn't go out of town for work. He went back home because, wait for it, he had a whole 2-month-old baby he never told me about. He started stuttering, talking about, I was going to tell you, but I didn't know how. And it just happened so fast. Sir, a baby did not just happen so fast. You had 9 months to figure this out. Long story short, I dumped him immediately, blocked him on everything, and now whenever I see a man post "Stay Focused Kings" on his story, I assume he's hiding a whole family. Well, girl, you did the right thing. I unfortunately, I didn't technically learn this the hard way, but I learned from the other girls that when you're dating a guy, or when you're dating a guy, when you first meet a guy and you ask about kids, you have to say, I'm gonna tell y'all a list of things that I say, and what I learned to say now is, you ask about kids, you go, do you have any kids? Do you have any kids on the way? And then maybe I can have a conversation about kids. Do you want kids? Blah blah blah. I've even asked, have you ever gotten a girl pregnant? But that may be too intrusive for some of the girls, but I have asked that before. The next question, do you have a girlfriend? Do you have a girl that thinks she's your girlfriend? Do you have an ex that you sometimes live with or you stay with and y'all sometimes fuck? Okay? What are your intentions? Are you bopping and thotting? Or are you looking for a wife? What you trying to do? Also, this is a new one. I didn't know you had to ask this. This is a new one. Are you married? Are you separated? Have you been divorced? Are you widowed? Have you ever been engaged? With men, unfortunately, they will hide things and they will lie and they will try to manipulate you. And so the best thing that you could do for yourself is at least ask these things. I honestly agree with the sentiment that, because a lot of girls are saying that you should even go as far as to doing background checks. And I agree with that. Do background checks. Ask them for the STD screenings. Do all of the things. Because these men will lie. Anyway, so that is the end of this episode. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Also, remember that this is streaming on all platforms, so you can find my podcast on Spotify. Of course, you can find it here on YouTube, and you can also find it on Apple Music. I hope to see you guys next week. Bye.